And despite the violence and at times chaos, Trump supporters call today's rally a success. At least 4 arrested and facing felony charges after several beach brawls break out in Huntington Beach. Skyfox overhead capturing the moments where a Make America Great Again rally turned violent.
They maced her. I thought it was safe. Please give me milk and baking soda. Please help me.
Jennifer Sterling is one of the event organizers. In this video obtained by Fox 11, you can see her trying to break up a heated argument between Trump supporters and protesters. The violence just moments after Sterling called for a peaceful march on stage, where hundreds of Trump supporters from across Southern California were hoping to share their message.
I'm 64 years old. I've never been to a protest or a march or a supporting function like this, so I'm really proud to be here.
Next to him, World War II veteran Jack Stetzinger.
Trying to unite the country again.
What do you see happening?
Oh, the country is falling apart right now.
Shortly after that statement, the peaceful march and rally turned to this. And caught up in the mix was first-time rally goer Norm Hainlin.
Next thing I know, I'm feeling somebody tugging on my flag. All I did was turn around to see who was tugging on it, and he punched me right in the face. Flat in the face, no, just cold cocked me.
So I asked protest organizers. And what's your reaction to it turning violent?
It was very sad. We were certainly surrounded, and I certainly didn't see what's going on, but that's certainly not what we were hoping for.
Meanwhile, despite the violence, Jennifer Sterling and the other Trump supporters still call the march a success.
We were surprised that they had a few little knuckleheads show up. We expected that.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. The good outweighs the bad, and so that's my focus.
And I just spoke with police moments ago. They did detain 6 people total, 4 of which are facing several felony charges at this hour, including illegal use of pepper spray. We're live here in Huntington Beach. Matt Johnson, Fox 11 News.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And you ever notice how Donald Trump supporters, no matter how bad people talk about them, they call them all kinds of racists and rednecks and bigots and all kinds of stuff like that. You ever notice that when they have rallies, they never cause any trouble? Their rallies are always peaceful. Their rallies are always, everybody's well-mannered at the rallies, and they show up to support Donald Trump. And it's the exact opposite with people who are opposed to Donald Trump. And they show up at Trump rallies. This is this thing that gets me. Why do you show up at a Trump rally to start trouble? And the people who are pro-Donald Trump, they never show up to anti-Trump rallies and start trouble with anybody. What started out was supposed to be a peaceful protest descended into chaos when some Trump detractors showed up. And of course, you get these two, you get the mongoose in the same room with a rattlesnake, and what do you think is going to happen? Just chaos, name calling, and eventually people start landing punches, and then the whole thing just escalates into a big old brawl. I think out of the 4 people that were arrested, I think all 4 of them may have been Trump detractors. And if any Trump supporters got arrested, I don't even think they should hold them. I think they should let them go. I think that in this case, if you showed up to start trouble, you deserve to get your ass kicked. As you saw in some of the video, the guy that was literally being beaten with a Trump flag, not only should you have had that flag shoved up your ass, you should have had the American flag shoved up your ass so deep that when you open your mouth, you could salute it from that position. Now, it's no secret that so far Donald Trump is doing a lousy job as president of the United States. He is a little into his 100 days, not quite there yet, maybe 70 days, I guess, somewhere around there. But in that 70 days, Donald Trump has done absolutely nothing. Donald Trump's policies have been overturned. Donald Trump's military invasion was a drastic failure, resulting in a soldier getting killed. Donald Trump's cabinet has been one piece of controversy after the other, with either his press people lying or this mess with Russia that won't go away. And despite all of that, especially with the dealings with Russia, I mean, if it ever comes out that Donald Trump has been dealing with Russia, I mean, how do you Trump supporters still continue to support this man, knowing that he was doing things that were contrary to the interests of maybe the United States? His business dealings might be one thing. From Jeff Sessions to Mike Flynn, all these people who have been in bed with Russia. Mike Flynn was in bed taking money from the Russians. And despite, and you know, if any of this were happening and it was Obama, all of you would be calling for Obama's head. You know that. But you make all kind of excuses up for Donald Trump. Well, give him time. He's just getting started and all this kind of stuff, whatever it is you want to dream up for Donald Trump. So white privilege does buy Donald Trump some time. If Donald Trump does not get it together and get it together soon, by that I mean make some serious adjustments to who he has around him as president. Donald Trump has used the White House and his position as president for nothing more than the advancement of his friends, of his family members. He has put family members in positions of power, in key White House positions, and they have absolutely no experience whatsoever. He is trying to run the White House like he runs a family business, and it is failing miserably. I honestly believe Donald Trump ain't gonna make it to his through his first term, man. He will probably wind up being impeached, especially if they get some evidence on Russia that sticks to him. But despite all of that, Donald Trump still has his die-hard supporters, and his die-hard supporters have the right to assemble and rally in support of Donald Trump. Why people show up to start trouble at these events is well beyond me. And the thing that really gets me is, if you see in the video, it's the Donald Trump supporters who are protecting the person who's starting trouble. The person who's getting his behind kicked is being protected by Trump supporters. Also, you can take a guess, and you probably be right, that all of the Trump supporters are voters. They all went out and they voted for their candidate. That's why they showed up. The people who are Trump detractors almost never vote. They are the kind of people who show up at Black Lives Matters rallies, and they throw trash cans through business storefront windows. They set cars on fire. They jump all over cars, and they trash whatever area that they are in, but they never show up at the voting booth where it counts. But they come out and scream and bitch and moan and make trouble amongst people who went to the voting booths and voted their choice for president. That we live in a climate, and I guess it's just, this is nothing new. It's been like that all the time, I guess. So when blacks were marching, protesting during the civil rights era and carrying their signs and all that kind of stuff, I imagine you had plenty of white people who didn't agree with it, want to fight them, if they were out there marching and stuff. But this thing about fighting people because you don't agree with what they say, or fighting them because of the choice they made for a president, is absolutely stupid. That you would reduce yourself to that level of immaturity and ignorance. You know what I mean? Another thing I noticed, that the ones out there starting trouble, you guys show up dressed like you're terrorists. You're dressed in all black. You got ski masks or masks covering your faces, and you don't expect to stick out like a sore thumb. You don't expect that when people see you, that they pretty much can surmise you're there to cause trouble. So you might want to do us all a favor. Stop showing up at Trump rallies causing trouble. All right. If you want to show up somewhere where you can do some good, show up at the voting booth where it counts come next election. This is KTM in the Wake Up Report saying think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.